Hello, I'm Olivia Wayne and welcome to the SheerLuxe Show. We have a great show for you today with fashion, health, interiors and chat. It's a goodie. First up, it's panel time with the team before stylist and SheerLuxe contributor Anna Bromilow, who has a fashion black book to die for, takes the SheerLuxe Wardrobe Challenge. From her killer date night look to the 3 things she always takes on holiday. Get ready for all the inspiration you need. Tor is on hand, sharing her favourite wellness newness of the month, including clever supplements and a bed of nails. She has you covered. And finally, interior designer Laura Stevens, whose home tour on the show was seriously loved, is sharing her top tips for including stripes in your decor, from ticking to curtain linings. It's pretty fabulous. But first, it's chat time with Sherri, Laura and Heather. Welcome, ladies. How are you all on this beautiful summer's day?
Yeah, great.
Good. Okay, look, we're going to talk firstly about something a little bit heavy. It's quite a sad one, but a really, really important one. So, Deborah James, I'm sure all of you know of her. Her journey as, you might know her as the Bowel Babe. Well, we followed here on SheerLuxe, and I'm sure personally you've all followed. She has stage 4 bowel cancer. She was diagnosed about 4 or 5 years ago and has been living with this cancer and trying to extend her life and live her life to the fullest, having this, diagnosis hanging over her head. And unfortunately, that time has come now where it's just time to kind of see out this amazing life she has lived. I personally feel hugely affected by it. My father died of cancer 4 years ago. And actually, I was on the way to this very show to film when I looked at my phone and had 14 missed calls from my mum and thought, that's odd, first thing in the morning. And of course, got the bad news. So I really know all the feelings that are going on, but she has really made a big difference. Heather, I won't ask you, Laura, to tell me, what has she done for the kind of making taboo topics of checking your poo and weird things going on with your bowels just normal and such an important thing to talk about?
Yeah, likewise, I lost my dad to cancer. I actually started following Bowel Babe when she had, 2,000 followers. So I feel like I've been on this whole journey with her. She feels to me like a friend. Her voice throughout his whole journey was such a warm comfort to me, all my family. She made us laugh. She taught us what to say, what not to say, what might be coming, what to expect. I mean, she really was like a lifeline to me. So I feel...
Was it all at the same time as well?
All happening at a very similar time.
Right.
And actually, the final bit of her journey has really mimicked exactly what happened to my dad. And she's dying really of an infection that they can't get rid of.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the beast of cancer. But what she has done in those years for the cancer world and the raising awareness and the support she's given people, and she's made people in the darkest times smile. I mean, it is completely remarkable. And even now, the way she's talking, in her final days, really, and what she's doing. I mean,
we know what we have seen, and I'm sure you guys have too. And unfortunately, most people will be affected and have known, or will know of people. The energy, the strength, how she's able to articulate and be up and talk, and because she's doing such important work with all her fundraising. Do you know any, can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I just think the humour she's still got as well. She's signing off, going to have a glass of fizz with the family, she's keeping everything positive, telling all her fans and people, followers, what's going on, sort of keeping everyone in the loop. But yeah, I mean, that just must have been such a hard message to write, knowing it's going to be your last one. I think that's incredibly brave.
The way that she's sort of open, and her family actually have opened the doors to let people film her lying there in what is a very personal place to be. And there was actually a clip on the BBC yesterday, and they'd shown her what she'd raised, and her sister just really gently kissed her on her head, and it literally was something so kind of raw, and it was just so amazing. I think what they are doing. Yeah. She is a force, and I just think she's just the most amazing woman.
Talk about legacy. Obviously, she's going to leave a few. not only talking about like the conversation, get checked. If there's anything that feels off, check yourself out. There is no harm. You can never be too annoying to a doctor. But also the money raised. I think yesterday I saw it was over 2.3 million.
I think this morning it was 3 point something. Yeah.
I mean, one woman, you know, a deputy head teacher, an unknown person, has literally changed the whole conversation on this disease. Sherri, do you have any kind of thoughts on it too?
Well, just, you know, all it takes is one or two people to see her journey and see what she's been through, and, you know, she would have helped so many people, perhaps in the early stages, or even just raising awareness to what's normal, what to check. Like, the legacy that she'll leave behind is incredible.
Well, we, of course, wish her just so much love and thanks to her and her family in this time. And I guess now's the time for her and her family to just be.
Yeah.
Oh, moving slightly up the sad charts, but a bit brighter. Well, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, but we can take this as a positive. We all experience burnout, overwhelm, anxiety, some people more than others. Working from home and the pressures of work generally, it's a lot. Let's talk about what we do personally to kind of try and bring ourselves up or help ourselves in those situations, because it can be really tough as well. Laura, I keep going to you.
Well, there are a few things I do.
Go on, tips and tricks are always welcome.
Yeah, well, actually, when I was trying to have my children, I saw a hypnotherapist who really, I was a bit anti all of that, but anyway, she really taught me breathing techniques, and it has changed the way my day-to-day functions now. Like, if I ever get really overwhelmed, there are a few things that I do which kind of bring me back, and I do it all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
And is it a conscious thought, like, oh, better breathe, or you see your
I can just feel myself kind of rising inside, and I'm like, okay, right, I just need like a minute, and then like, even if I get on a plane or something, you know, so you're like, oh, I can just bring myself back with that.
Wow. So what? I mean, I have read much about nasal breathing.
Similar.
Yeah. In slowly for 6.
Exactly.
Out slowly for 6.
And there's something with your fingers that you can exactly where it's.
Yeah. Now there is a whole article going up on the site about this, so you know, dive deep into that if you do want helpful tips. Heather, what do you do?
I think I've said it before on the show or on the podcast, but I write a diary every night. Usually I do it the next morning because I'm too tired at night. But
keep writing all day and
I know.
Well, at least she's good at it.
One's with a pen, at least. It feels slightly different. But yeah, I do find that it's just you're getting everything out. Then you might not realise at the time, but any sort of stresses of the day.
So it's not what you've done in the day?
Yeah, but also like a bit like, this happened and how did
it make you feel?
You know.
So journaling, I mean, that's kind of a technique, but like also good old fashioned when you were young, like my dear diary.
Yeah, but it definitely sort of takes it out of your head and puts it somewhere else, and you're kind of like not closure, but you're like, right, well that was then.
They do say that though, like almost if you get it on the paper, you could almost rip up the paper. It's done. You've got it out.
So I find that really works for me, definitely.
Sherri?
Well, I love having a bath.
Sorry,
me too.
You love a bath?
I love a bath, and it's the only thing that physically really relaxes me. And you can just feel like, a big deep breath.
Yeah.
So I love that. If I can't have a bath for whatever reason, I just love seeing my friends. I feel like they talking about things that aren't like work related or stressful. Again, you just feel like the weight kind of like lifting off your shoulders, just having a laugh, even just going for coffee. I just love it. And
do you know what? Talking about a bath, the other thing that I've started to do, I've spoken about it on the podcast, but I've become completely obsessed with Wim Hof.
Oh yeah, really?
And I've really got into my cold showers in the morning, and I'm really trying to breathe through.
How long do you stand in it for?
Yeah, I'm nearly pushing 30 seconds now.
Okay, on like the coldest.
The coldest, like brain freeze.
Is it that cold?
Yeah.
I feel like my shower's never that cold.
Yeah, I had to get my husband to adjust the temperature. I was like, it's not cold enough.
Yeah. And you can't be lugging ice up first thing in the morning. Okay, wow. No, I'm desperate to go like freshwater swimming, but I just don't live anywhere that convenient.
You know, you can go on a weekend with him. It's on my hit list.
Wow. With Wim himself. Oh my God, I would love to do that. These are all great tips. I'd like to tell you mine. And mine is an important one, I think. Delete Instagram for a bit sometimes.
Yeah, don't look at that.
Because first of all, I feel like it is a habit. We're not even aware. We just go on. Oh, you've got 5 minutes and you're suddenly on this app. And you know what? Your life is good. And things are great. And actually, normal life is good. But unfortunately, we are always presented with the next level that isn't even real, that we all know, but it doesn't help but sometimes evoke a feeling. Or seeing everyone else being busier, doing more, better. Just just delete it. It's literally, you can get rid of it. Do that. You feel so much better. Fill you up.
Good advice.
Yeah, and see your mates. Friends mean a lot, don't they? They really do help. All right, so we've done some of the, we're getting to better. Can I tell you a good one now? Let's talk ideas for a lovely day out. Friends, family, partners, whatever you want. Sherry, you go first.
Well, I think going to a vineyard for a day is just, what a great way to spend an afternoon.
So what, in South Africa we go?
I mean, how much time have you got?
Yeah, we've only got a day, so where is a vineyard?
There are so many. I think there were like 300 just in England alone. There are so many, and English sparkling wine is having a big moment, right now. So a place that I recommend is Denby's in Dorking in Surrey, which is lovely. My cousin got married there a few years ago, and it was, but you can just go there for the afternoon, have a tour, have some wine, have some food in the restaurant. Such a nice day.
Sorry, this is the best thing I've ever, like all these summer birthdays, what gorgeous activities to
so
do.
nice. And you come out thinking like, I've been to south of France, when you're literally down the road in Surrey.
So do you book a day?
You can book or you can just turn up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have their own wine shop as well. It's lovely, but there are so many.
I'm not that far from London.
Exactly. 90 minutes in the car. So that's a lovely
Although
way
if
for a
you're
Saturday.
trying the wine, you've got to negotiate that.
True.
Details.
Got a train.
Straight to the detail. It's so boring. Olivia, just
True,
live
get the
a bit. Okay, fine. Heather.
I went for the brief was like with kids or a partner or date. So I don't have kids. I went down the other route. Mine would be maybe going to the British Museum, seeing whatever's on there, and then walking up to Euston and King's Cross, and then walking along the Regent's Canal, heading eastwards. I love it round there. And there's a new restaurant that's opened on a boat called Caravel, which is so good. But it just feels really romantic, and it's like really, really good food. So that's
These
what
are
I would
great
do.
tips.
Yes.
So nice.
That sounds
Also,
lovely.
because it is a struggle to come up with new things, and before you know it's the weekend, you're like, same old coffee shop that we go to every week, which is very nice, but not that exciting. These are great.
There we go.
Better come up with a good one. Don't let us down. Mine, maybe not so interesting.
I went more with the kids brief because actually
Yeah.
we've done 2 recently. So we woke up one morning and I was like, what are we going to do? The sun's shining. What should we do? So we went to the Crown Jewels, which was so nice.
Is that Kensington Palace?
No, Tower of London.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Something going on at Kensington Palace right now with jewels too.
Oh, right. Okay, I don't know. But it was seeing these crowns up close, and it's like on our doorstep. It was just so amazing.
Did you see the
So I loved that.
ravens as well?
Exactly. So we did that, which was lovely, and then we got the riverboat all the way back, which again was just
Fun.
Like, it's
Yeah.
again
So
in
fun.
your city, but something I would never do.
Never do.
And then the other one we've done is we've been to Hampton Court and then gone for lunch at the Mitre and along the river,
I love
which
Hampton
is just
Court.
so nice.
These are lovely ideas. Thank you.
And you?
And mine is more for adults. But the War of the Worlds has an immersive experience and it's really fun. If you know what the War of the Worlds is, I do because my father-in-law wrote it, but it is the best rock album of its generation from the 70s. But you can now get in the whole world of the War of the Worlds with the Martian fighting machines, and you've got to get out the way of heat rays, and you're wearing your VR goggles, headsets, and the music's playing, and you're in it, and then you're avoiding things. It's so fun. And if you go with a group of friends or adults, and there's a bar, and halfway through there's the bar that you stop off at. You know these kind of Crystal Maze experience things. It's like that, but it's really fun, and it's kind of a bit active, but really cool.
Where is it?
It's in the city. All info will be below, or just message me and I'll just find out. All right, ladies. Thank you so much for that chat. As ever, a pleasure speaking to you all. And for any details on how to donate to Deborah James's amazing Bow Babe Fund, details are in the show notes below. Okay, next up, Anna Bromilow. She takes us and the SheerLuxe team on the Wardrobe Challenge. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Anna Bromilow and I am here with SheerLuxe today to do the Wardrobe Challenge. First question, I've not seen these before. One piece you'll keep forever. Ooh, okay. I know exactly what it is actually. So these are my little Chanel boots that I've had for a really, really long time, since my early days working at Condé Nast. I have really fond memories of teetering around the shows in these around Paris. They are completely, utterly timeless. And they are also a pair of shoes that my children, my little girls, adore getting dressed in. So this for me, a kind of classic, iconic item that I will cherish forever. Next, one outfit you wear when you have no idea what to wear. It's normally a dress, but I also have this one outfit that kind of feels fresh and is so easy when I put it together. So hang on just a sec. So I often put these two together. It's so easy to wear. It feels really, really comfortable. It's not restrictive at all. I love the crop of these pants. I particularly love wearing a bit of a leopard print and a stripe together. And also just the attitude of it. It kind of takes me from a shoot day working on set with flats, and then I put on a pair of heels and a pair of earrings and I can wear it in the evening as well. So it's kind of a no-brainer, but it's still a statement look and a really nice deviation from wearing a dress. One piece you've lived in so far this season. I'm actually going to choose a pair of shoes. Let me think where they are now. I genuinely don't know. Okay, I bought these at the beginning of the season. They're by Gucci. They are so, so comfortable. I love the fact that they are super shiny. They will just go with absolutely everything. The oldest piece in your wardrobe. I've kept a lot of my really, really old kind of iconic pieces. What am I gonna say here? I was given this by my old boss at Condé Nast when I first got there when I was an assistant. So we are talking, 20 plus years ago. It's by Marni, and I mean, it looks kind of Isabel Marant. It's that lovely boho hippie vibe, and it kind of gets better and better with age. And just for kind of the sake of those early memories and the excitement of getting probably one of my first designer pieces and a really sweet hand-me-down from my boss, I'll have this forever. Next, the most glamorous thing you own. Yes, it's the most glamorous thing I own, and it's the thing that I have never ever worn, but I will show it to you. This is pretty spectacular. So this is Gucci. I think it was worn by Beyonce, and it was in Tom Ford's last collection for Gucci. And my husband really sweetly bought it for me. Not full price, I hasten to add, this was a sample. As I say, I have never worn it. I'd need probably about 6 months to prep the bod for this. The piece you've worn more than any other. Okay. This is such a wonderful piece from Stella McCartney, not new. It's probably about 7 or 8 years old. Really simple modern design. I love the fact that it doesn't have a collar. I have worn it so much. I wear it with leather jeans and a t-shirt, or with a crisp white shirt underneath. It's just utterly timeless and has worked in so many different scenarios. So this is the piece that I've probably worn the most. One handbag you'd save from a fire. Oh, that's like Sophie's choice. Can I do two? Okay, I'm gonna do two. One newbie, one old. And this is a newbie and a very sweet, very guided birthday present from my husband. And oh God, it just goes with absolutely everything, and I'm so pleased with it. So I definitely saved this one. And then the other, I mean, it's got to be a bit of leopard print. It goes with everything. It's also got this sensational handle, and I love mixing it in with florals. Works for day, works for night. This one's Dolce. Absolutely love it. The 3 best high street pieces you own. Okay, I do love a bit of high street. I love finding a real gem on the high street. I wouldn't normally go for high street shoes, I must admit. However, I found these on ASOS. They were about 30 quid, I don't think I'd go out and buy a really high-end pair of shoes that are covered in leopard print and diamante because I wouldn't wear them. But because these were cheaper, I do end up wearing them quite a lot, and they work with so many dresses, little crop trousers. Next up is this bag from Zara. And I bought this a couple of years ago, and I get a lot of compliments when I'm on holiday. It tends to be, I take a straw bag with me, and then this, and it kind of goes with everything. Here you can see it's got these fab shells, and so far they haven't fallen off, which is great. I'm going to show you two separate outfits. The first is this coordinated set, which I bought from Mango very much on a whim. I think I even kind of added it on after I'd bought something else because I happened to see it in the sale. And it's got a lot of wear. Again, on a shoot day on set, it's really, really useful. And then just dressing it up, dressing it down with flat sandals in the summer, and then a heel, super useful. And then one more is this fab number from Warehouse. Isn't Warehouse having a great renaissance? I love the fact it's got this slightly patchworky effect with the different tones of denim. I always buy a size up from them so it looks a bit more luxe and modern, and so that the frills really stand out on the shoulders, and it's got a lot of volume to it. But this it's got really nice weight to it. It's been really, really well worn, and a great high street purchase. One piece you always get compliments on. It's got to be a bit of Ula, I think. Doesn't everyone love a bit of Ula? Again, this is not a new purchase, but I don't think I've ever received so many compliments than on this dress. It's such an easy style. It's got really lovely detailing on, very, very easy, really, really super pretty. And yeah, people stop me in the street and say, where is that from? Which 3 pieces would you hand down to your daughters? That's so difficult. One of my daughters has already written a list and is quite excited about when the time comes, I think. Okay, for my eldest, gosh, these look nothingy. I'll take them off the hanger. My eldest daughter is a very cool, chic tomboy. And she once wore a tuxedo outfit to a bar mitzvah and looked great in it. These fab Saint Laurent tuxedo trousers, which are, they kind of need to be seen on, but they are the most exquisite shape. Gosh, they've got a tiny waist. Haven't worn these for a while. High-waisted, got a lovely turn up at the bottom. Such amazing quality. I mean, Saint Laurent as well. So this would be a very lovely inheritance piece for her. For my middle daughter, who is quite the diva, I mean, for anyone who knows her, Marabou and my middle daughter go hand in hand. So it's got to be this jacket, and I'm just looking for a label. And I can't remember who it's by. That's terrible, but it's fabulous. It molts a little bit, so hopefully by the time she gets it, there'll still be some feathers left on there. I hope you can see this gorgeous silver lining. She would love this. Actually, I've got 2 things for my youngest because I'm still not quite sure of her style yet. But I got this Peter Pilotto pretty amazing coat around the time that I fell pregnant. So it's as old as she is, almost. It's such a wonderful number. I normally wear this with a big black bow belt and make it into a bit of a mini dress instead of a coat. But she's always saying, I love purple, I love turquoise. So there you go. This she'd love. And also a pair of shoes. These are really old. I mean, at least a decade. Again, the turquoise, they're a little bit too big for me, and she looks like she's got quite big feet. So I'm gonna say these for my little one. What do you always take on summer holiday with you? I'm gonna say a pair of statement shades, and we find some going into my husband's pretty sparse side here. These are great. You can wear just a really simple swimsuit or bikini, just cat eye ones from Miu Miu. killer date night outfit. If I'm honest, it's often a tracksuit to the cinema, but we're going to imagine that it's a really steamy date night. And it's got to be an LBD, no? Okay, I'm gonna do two. So first one, this really beautiful lace number, which is so delicate. It's quite tight. It's almost like a second skin, but then it's got this flick at the bottom, and it reveals just the right amount of flesh. It's by Hussein Zhang, and I know for a fact that my husband really likes this one. And then secondly, this, which again is an oldie, this is Louis Vuitton. A little bit more ladylike on the bottom, so it's got that long pencil skirt shape, but then pretty racy on top. Either of these two numbers for my great date night out. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you found that as much fun as I did.
Thanks so much, Anna. Loved it and love you. Now, if your wellness routine needs a bit of a shake-up, don't go away. Tor West, SheerLuxe's wellness editor, has found the 5 best new-ins, which should all make us feel that little bit better.
Hi, I'm Tor, I'm SheerLuxe's wellness editor, and I'm here today to talk to you about all the products in the world of well-being that I'm loving this month. And first up, we have to talk about the amazing bed of nails, which is the most awesome and also quite chic acupressure mat. Acupressure is kind of similar to acupuncture in that it kind of stimulates different parts of your body. Basically, the more pressure you put on it, the more you get out of it. So you can actually stand on it as well, and it goes through your feet. The idea is that 10 to 20 minutes of using it is the most incredible thing to reduce stress, relieve pain, help you sleep. And the more you use it, the benefits are cumulative, so it really, really adds up. And you can't overdo it, so if you put it in bed and fall asleep on it, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna have a really good night's sleep. Absolutely love this brand, and it was on the Spring Fair, so it's an SL approved brand. I am now going to talk about Tincture, which is a really awesome eco and toxin-free cleaning brand. I'm on a real mission at the moment to reduce toxins at home. I think cleaning products is a really good place to start because there are so many amazing brands that are good and actually look nice, and they smell really nice too. So here I've got a kind of all-purpose spray, there's a washing up liquid and a bathroom one. And you can buy refills as well, which is really, really nice. So you end up with using the same bottle over and over again. And what I love about this is, as well as being toxin free, it's suitable if you've got kind of eczema or asthma or kind of allergies at home, or you've got pets. So they contain loads of essential oils, which is why they smell so great, but also kind of bacteria ridding silver technology, which is proven to rid of 100% of viruses and bacteria. I just think they look absolutely lovely. And there's loads more in the range as well. There's also really nice room sprays that come in really chic glass bottles. So yeah, absolutely love this brand. So Seeds Probiotic is a really, really exciting product in the world of probiotic supplements. It's definitely the one at the moment that's getting the most buzz. Why? It's because it's a probiotic and a prebiotic, which is why it's called a symbiotic, which means they're together in one. And there's so much technology behind this. The capsule has been designed to resist the kind of acidity of the stomach, so 100% of it gets to work where it's needed. And by having probiotics and prebiotics, it's giving you the good bacteria and also feeding the bacteria, so they kind of work together. And studies show it can help with your digestive health as well as your cardiovascular health, your immunity, your skin. It just ticks so many boxes. You can take it on an empty stomach, which is kind of rare for a probiotic, which makes it kind of easier to remember to take. It doesn't have to be kept in the fridge, which is also really rare. And it also comes with this really cute little glass container, which you can take when traveling, which I really like, so you don't have to take the big box with you. It's amazing. If you have a look at some of the studies that have been done behind it, within like 3 or 4 weeks, the benefits are amazing. So yeah, it's one to try, and you can also set up a subscription so you never run out and the benefits can continue. I can't have one of my VTs go by and not talk about a sleep supplement, because I know I always talk about a sleep supplement and I'm always looking for something else to help me sleep, but Indie is such a great brand. I absolutely love them. One of the things I love about Indie, and it's so simple, but you can really see here the breakdown of what's in the product, and it just makes it really, really clear as to what you're getting. This has got so many great and proven ingredients to help you sleep and ease anxiety. So it's really, really good one if you kind of struggle to, either fall asleep or wake up in the middle of the night. I can't get back to sleep. It's also a liquid, which I love. Sometimes you just don't want another capsule, and liquid just makes it really easy to take. It's got a really kind of gentle peppermint taste, so it's kind of inoffensive. Ingredients here that I think are particularly stand out: ashwagandha, which there's a lot of buzz around at the moment. It's a really amazing adaptogen. It helps you switch off basically and just kind of calms down your mental chatter. And L-theanine, which is kind of the main ingredient, is an amino acid that also helps reduce stress and just helps you get a really good night's sleep. So yeah, I wouldn't take this every night, kind of maybe, I don't know, 3-4 times a week, just those nights you perhaps feel a bit more stressed and you want a really restorative sleep. So last week I went to an amazing vegan restaurant called Holy Carrot in Knightsbridge. It's actually part of Urban Retreat, which is kind of, well, just before COVID it was refurbed, an incredible day spa, so check it out. But Holy Carrot's on the ground floor. And if you're looking for vegan food or plant-based food, it's absolutely amazing. It's a really special spot for a night out. With girlfriends, we went, loads of amazing yummy cocktails, and everything, as well as being plant-based, is free from sugar, preservatives, additives, so it's just a really kind of nice, wholesome dinner or lunch or brunch experience. The food is amazing. I think standouts for me, there's a seafood platter you can order. I say seafood in inverted commas, but really clever and inventive ways of using vegetables that aren't kind of meat substitutes. It's all kind of tofu that's made to look like fish, kind of wrapped in nori, and lots of use of mushrooms. So that one of the mains was a crab burger, and the patty was made with oyster mushrooms and kind of palm of heart and really yummy dressings, side salads, really good, and leave room for pudding because there's an amazing miso caramel cake which is going to blow your mind. And they also do a really good afternoon tea as well. So if you're in the area, check it out. Holy Carrot is really good. That's it from me, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you found that helpful. As always, let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about or review. But until then, see you next time.
Thank you, Tor. I am seriously tempted by that bed of nails. Next up, interior designer Laura Stevens is giving a masterclass on how to include stripes into your home, from just a touch to a whole wall.
Shoes from Essen. Really sad she didn't send them in my size.
So what are we going to be talking about today?
Pre-summer reset. My 5 tips.
Yeah.
To feel great before the summer.
Oh my god, that's so nice, isn't it? She just looked phenomenal. Oh my god. I mean, that's super model stuff.
Obsessed with these.
Very more is more.
So amazing.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
I'm a 10, I'm 11, I'm a 12!
I'm Laura Stevens, and I'm here to talk about how I use stripes and ticking stripes within a scheme. So I'm here in my living room, and I'm here because I want to show you how I've used stripes in different ways in this room. I've got a very neutral backdrop to this room. It's clay mid by Little Green. The first place I've used stripes is on the back of these curtains. It's a beautiful Colfax and Fowler, very sort of chintzy fabric, and I just wanted to make it a bit fun because we've got a sort of walkway up to the front door, and it's really nice to see the stripe behind them. So you really don't see this from the living room. I just think it's really sweet and kind of quite playful. The other way I've used it, I've kind of mixed stripes here, which is quite a good trick because it just makes it feel a bit more informal. On this sofa I have a Tori Murphy stripe. It is her black arbor stripe, and I've used loads because it's quite a sort of soft background. It's not too bold, and again it kind of acts like a neutral, and I've paired it with lots of really fun floral fabrics. These are from Papa, and then I sort of threw in, just to stop it looking too matchy-matchy, this stripe from Marvick Textiles with kind of mad brushed fringe to go with it. So we're in my bedroom, and we're here to talk about how I've used stripes because I've used them in quite a different way in this bedroom. I really wanted to use a wallpaper in here. The only way I could get away with it was to do something really calming. So I chose a really pretty little candy stripe from Colfax and Fowler. It's really sweet and very subtle. It's got a little dot in the middle and a really pale pink. It goes really well with the bed, which is upholstered in a Romo fabric, and it just gives the room a bit of something without it being sort of too over the top. So I'm in my downstairs toilet, and this is probably my favourite stripe in the house. The wallpaper is called Strawberry Fields, I think. It's obviously quite chintzy, and the stripe kind of grounds it a bit and just stops it being a little bit too girly. And I'm going to actually just pull it down so you can see the whole length of it. It's in a lovely stripe by Cravette, which you can get from GP&J Baker. And it has a lovely border which sort of frames it against the wallpaper and picks up on the strawberry colour. And this is from Samuel & Sons. So this is a recent project that a lovely client has allowed me to show you. It's a music room, and as you can see, there's lots of really beautiful pieces. We've got a neutral backdrop, we added lots of panelling, but I'm here to talk to you about how I've used stripes in this interior. So the starting point for this scheme, and really sort of the star of the show, is this fabric by GP&J Baker. It's so beautiful. It's a really classic print. I love the bird, and we really try to pull out the colours in this fabric into pieces around the room. And when it came to thinking about the sofa fabric, it was quite tricky because we didn't want to use a plain, and I wanted to use a print which was going to complement the curtains but really not compete with them. So we decided upon this lovely ticking stripe. It's by Susie Atkinson, and the lovely thing about ticking is it has a sort of finer line in between the bolder stripes, and that means it's just a bit more subtle, a bit less bold, and doing it in the linen makes it feel quite relaxed. And I think using fabric stripe on this sofa just works so well with the shape. It's the Adept sofa from Move Your Home.
Laura, you are so clever. It might be time to change things up at home. Who knew a curtain back could be such a source of fun? So that's it for today. Thank you so much to Laura, Anna Tor, and of course, Sherri, Heather, and Laura. We're having a break next week, and there will be a full home tour instead of a show, but we'll be back the following week with a bang. In the meantime, we would love it if you could comment below, give us a thumbs up, and do subscribe if you haven't yet. Have a wonderful day, wherever you are. Goodbye.